Hello and welcome. I'm your host, William Liu. I'm joined by co-host Alex Wong. You are listening to the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway. This is the post-game live reaction podcast as we continue our coverage from the Las Vegas Summer League 2025. Big thanks to producer Jerome Chang and also the Sports Business Classroom for helping us secure this location, this beautiful set behind us, as we give you the post-game report from the Toronto Raptors 89-86 win over the Orlando Magic. Alex Wong, if you had to describe the shape of this game, what would you say it is?
Man, that's a tough question, Milo Boo Boo. I didn't know you were going to hit me with that. I thought the Raptors fought really hard. I thought they kind of replicated what they did in the first game when they blew out the Chicago Bulls because the Bulls suck. They played really great. I thought they played really great on defense, especially after that first quarter.
Yep.
Forced a lot of turnovers again. They were tough down the stretch, and I thought guys like Jacobe and even Colin Murray-Boyles came up big there in crunch time. Jamal Shead as well. So
yeah,
just as with any summer league game, lots of positives to take away.
Yeah, you know what? It was a really good win. In the sense that I think Toronto did outplay Orlando. Main thing was the fact that they missed 16 free throws. They went 27 for 43 from the foul line in a one-possession game. This could have been a lot easier. Like, it could have been secured earlier because of the fact that, again, they just continue to excel defensively. Last game, they forced Chicago into 34 turnovers. Tonight, they forced Orlando into 29 turnovers.
Yeah.
So in the span of two games, and by the way, these are 40-minute games. Summer leagues are shorter. Thank goodness, actually. But in the span of 80 minutes, they have forced 63 turnovers out of their opponents. That's unbelievable. And I know some of that is just because it's summer league. Guys are more inexperienced. They're not as tied together. But I think this is the idea. This is the shape of the game. Darko was like waiting in the tunnel post game, giving everyone daps. Like literally, not just the players and the coaches, but like even us reporters walking in. And I dapped up Darko, and I just kept saying, the defense keeps getting better and better. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, Darko was feeling himself,
man. I like it.
He was feeling himself a little bit. And, of course, the whole Raptors team pulled up just like the other night. Scotty, Gerald, Sandro, who's enjoying Vegas a little bit, Quick and all these guys. But I think this is the thing. Like, we know these are not going to be the guys that are going to be playing the big minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, guys like Jacobe, guys like Jamal Shead, you'll probably see them, like, figure into the rotation. Colin as well. But, like, it'd be cool if these young guys can carry this identity on out, right? Like, we've heard Brandon Ingram talk about how, the Raptors have already established their defensive identity, and I'm going to come in and DH and hit 40 home runs this season. It's like it's like maybe this can translate just as like a second unit. Maybe this becomes a mentality of this team of the younger guys, right? Yeah. So I think those are all encouraging signs for the Raptors after two games, and I know we were both really excited to see Colin Murray-Boyles make his summer league debut today. Like, what did you make of his performance?
So the history here. So Colin Murray-Boyles picked up like a minor injury in the course of his pre-draft workout process. And so he actually was limited to very few workouts. Toronto was actually one of the ones that he obviously did. So to put that into context, that's like over about a month ago now. And so, this is his first return to action. Not just a debut itself, which is already kind of nerve-wracking as it is, but also just, being off for a while and then coming back in and trying to like just catch up to game speed. Now, of course, he missed game one. And, I think that people were really expecting to see him. But game two, he gets to start, which he should. I mean, like, let's be real here. As much as we want everyone to be kumbaya and just like, summer camp, basically, this guy's very important. He's the 9th overall pick. He's the highest picked player that the Raptors have added to the roster in the last 3-4 years, since Scotty basically had 4. So it is really important. And I thought his first shift, he just looked really, like, not even to say sloppy. I would just say like he looks like really disheveled. Like, Like he was not confident. I thought he was like a little nervous. He was kind of like dropping the ball here or there, threw a couple of bad turnovers, a couple fouls. But then as the game went on, probably in the third quarter, he finally settled in. I think maybe he found his win a little bit. I think he maybe just found his rhythm. And I thought he played really good the rest of the way. It's not the type of performance where he's dominating. He's not the guy you give the ball to and let him clear out and, do whatever you want. Today was a lot of just like chip in where you can, get a rebound here, get a putback. He had a couple of big putbacks. A lot of defensive plays, a couple steals, a couple blocks. And a couple pretty good stops as well. And I think overall, the first half I would say was probably like I'm gonna give him a pass just because like he's coming off of injury and he was so like nervous. But second half I thought he actually played pretty well. I mean, the one thing I want to see from him, because he is like when you see him in person, it's not like he's that big. You know what I mean? Like he's a wing. So what he primarily did in college was he was able to handle and then drive and then take it strong to the rack and play bully ball around the basket. And it's always this thing where it's like, can you be this kind of like small power forward like a Charles Barkley that you can push your way around, or you're going to have to adjust your game and have to find new ways to play, because that is a make or break kind of thing for him. And I think for the rest of Summer League, hopefully he's able to stay healthy. And I know the defensive stuff is really good, but can you actually finish around the basket? Do you see something offensively from him that you had?
Yeah, the offense to me is still pretty raw. I know you asked him about his three-point shooting after two, because there was a couple of those that didn't look so great.
He had an air ball. That's what I was asking about. But he was also a great sport about it. Actually.
Yeah, he was very confident. Basically said that, hey, not afraid. I don't shoot to miss, basically, to paraphrase. Like, he's not afraid.
He did.
Yeah, he's not.
He went 0 for 2.
But to me, like, coming into this rookie season, maybe I'm not lowering expectations for him. Like, I just want him to have these moments on defense where he's making an impact. Yeah. Like a block on one end, maybe a transition basket on the other end type. Like, I'm not expecting him to contribute a lot on the offensive end, but if he can be an impact guy coming off the bench on defense, I think that's going to give the Raptors, like, just another piece in the rotation. That'll be, like, really huge.
Well, I think he's going to end up playing a lot of minutes, I think, just in general.
Yeah.
But again, like, for me, the defense definitely plays. I mean, tonight, it's an awkward one because he has a stat line that you will never see him ever have again, which is 8 points, 8 personal fouls, 7 rebounds, 5 of them offensive.
Yeah, I never seen
3 steals.
Yo, find me a clip of Wilt Chamberlain fouling 8 times, man.
5 turnovers. It's kind of incredible actually to see a stat line like that.
I actually learned today from you that you're allowed 10 fouls.
You get 10, which, by the way, I think Andrea Bargnani actually once
which makes which somehow makes Summer League even less serious than I was taking it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the defense plays, and I think tonight you saw like the quick recovery speed. You saw him like diving on the floor.
Yeah, even picking up guys from core with his footwork. Like, he's strong too, right?
And he was like. There was a couple of moments, because it's really cool when you sit in courtside, and you're this close. You get to hear, especially in a relatively empty gym, get to hear how they communicate and who's leading. And I thought Colin actually had a couple of moments where he was like, I think Jacobe had a no call at the rim, and then there was like an out of bounds play, so the play stopped, and he was complaining to the referee, and Colin was like telling me, he's like, yo, man, forget about that, just keep going. I like that because like he has a really positive attitude about this whole thing. Like, actually, if you look elsewhere on our channel, we actually had posted the post-game scrum that Colin Murray-Boyles did, and I thought it was really transparent and open. It wasn't a perfect debut. Obviously, a lot of errors with 5 turnovers and 8 personal fouls. But he was really positive through the whole thing, and I just liked his mindset sort of going into it. I think the other thing, too, seeing him in person, kind of more narrow hips and then really wide shoulders. It kind of just has a triangular build almost, but like, one thing I was like, I just want to see him continue to sort of
describing him like Shakira.
Shakira's on the opposite triangular build. But it just, I think for him, like, just get your feet under him. I think it was funny because the Orlando Magic got out to a pretty big lead at the start just because they were hitting threes a lot. And speaking of just on-court interactions, Colin Castleton only played 8 minutes tonight, right? And there were moments where, again, the play was right in front of us. Like Jamal Shead just kept yelling at him, keep the fucking ball in front of you, man. And it was because it was like 2 threes in a row that he hit. And the next play down, Colin screws up a switch. Tristan Da Silva knocks down his 3rd 3 of the first quarter, and Jamal just glares at him. And I'm like, man, Jamal's so nice, so friendly. Yeah. But when it comes time to competing, he's a dog. And I love that he actually just told him.
I love that he's setting these expectations. I think part of building the chemistry and part of like building a defensive identity is like you can't just be like nice about things, right? That you got to hold your teammates accountable.
Yep.
And I think Jamal of all people is allowed to do that because who else plays harder than him when he's on the court? And I think Jamal leads by example. He leads by his voice too. Yep. And I can't say enough good things about Jamal. Like I think. Yep. I just hope he's entrenched in this like Raptors bench rotation for like years to come. Like I I'm not gonna say like, oh, he can get to like a Jalen Suggs level because that's like a top end like perimeter guy.
Hey,
but
you saw Suggs by the way today.
Yeah, we did see Suggs. He had his hat on, so we couldn't really see the hair flow.
He should always have his hat on.
Yeah, we don't know if he went to Turkey or not, but like,
he should.
Like, I think Shead can be a version of that for this team.
Yeah,
and I think he's really setting the tone here, and he's doing everything that we expect of him in his second year at Summer League.
No, it's a culture setting, I think, more than anything else. Because like today was a frustrating game for Jamal Shead as well. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, it wasn't a perfect game for Jamal either. Like, I think if you look at his stat line, I think he had also a whole bunch of personal fouls. Jamal had 5 personal fouls, 3 turnovers. Only won 2 of 7 from the field, 5 of 9 from the free throw line, which is probably the most frustrating part for him because he did miss a whole bunch, But at the same time, I think like if you watch like the flow of the game in terms of like how he managed it and the effort he was able to play with, I thought a couple things really stood out. One, clearly trained in the dark arts defensively in terms of like being able to like fall over on a screen and get the call, Lou Dort style, or like being able to like dribble like just basically try to push the pace along the base on the sideline, and just knowing that you're probably going to get the bump and then flying out of bounds and drawing the free throws on that, which he did in crunch time, which is huge. Like, even though he won 1 for 2 in the free throws, like, it's a 1-possession game and you grift your way into 2 free throws. That's actually really good in terms of just managing the game. And of course, coming in for like the weak side steals and things like that. Like, I think that the culture and the tone of this team is like really consistent. That's the part that's beautiful to me. Like, I think that's where the assistant coach is, but especially with Darko. I remember last year when we were here and we had a chance to chat with Darko just a little bit off camera, and he was like, man, we put in the offense my first year here, and it's good we're moving the ball, but we got to start, playing some defense, man. And that's been the goal ever since. And I know maybe through like 30, 40 games, so last season, that was looking real shaky because the Raps were legit like a bottom 5 defense again. But I think there was something that flipped. And I think as the young guys, it's really cool to see guys like Jamal impose himself. Elijah's very vocal. Jacobe doesn't talk as much on that end, but you see the way he's able to defend as well. And, like, that trickles down to, like, the whole roster. And, again, like, it's just Summer League. But, again, you force 63 turnovers in the last 80 minutes in any level of basketball. That's really impressive. You and I might disagree about Jacobe, though.
Yeah, you probably watch more Jacobe than me, to be honest. But, one of my observations about him is just, like, I just don't feel like his offensive game feels that smooth to me. And again, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because this is like a second-year player, like still a work in progress. But I guess I'm just trying to look at in terms of his learning curve, like where he needs to get to.
Yeah.
But, I said that in the first half, and in the second half, especially down there in crunch time, I know he had like an N1 play there.
That was a big one.
Mid-range, that was huge, right? And so I see glimpses. And I looked at you, I was like, I understand it now. Dan Tolzman's been pitching Jacobe to me for like 2 years here. Like, I know the org is very high on him, so I'm never going to doubt my guy. I'm never going to doubt the org, but I think it'll be interesting just for me personally this year to track like Jacobe's progress.
For sure.
Even when we did our Raptors Republic Roundtable, which you should definitely check out on our YouTube and podcast feed as well.
Hey, listen, man, nobody giving you more Summer League coverage.
Nah, man.
The Raptors
we locked
channel
in.
not even giving us more
we haven't
Summer
even
League
done the
coverage.
banter pod, man. You ain't even heard about the Backstreet Boys concert.
AJ the banter.
You ain't even heard the crazy story of how I got unbanned finally from the win.
This ain't even the most cuffs that he's had on his list.
You don't understand, man. When the banter pod drops later this week, tap in. But like, even in the roundtable, you guys were talking really high about Jacobe, like maybe a 20-plus point score at some point. Can he work himself into the starting lineup? All of this stuff. So, I don't know. I'm like curious where you're at with Jacobe in terms of where you see him fitting in and what he needs to like really work on this season.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing with Jacobe is they're asking him to do the hardest thing, which is actually create offense for this team. And like you do see lots of moments where you're like, okay, where are the Raptors going to get a bucket? Like, shouts to AJ Lawson. AJ Lawson has been like the MVP for me of Summer League for the Raptors through 2 games because he just keeps making these plays, man, and like he keeps giving you the scoring. Like he had a 4-point play in the corner. He just has this ability to knock down a couple threes and really give the Raptors offense. Because truthfully, as much as we like to say the bench mob is guarding really well, outside of forcing turnovers in transition, half-court offense-wise, they're not good, and the raw talent isn't necessarily there to like be dominant on that end. And so that's where Jacobe is like has to sort of like get more of that, right? I think because of the fact that he's not that big and not that strong and not that quick in terms of just like his overall game, like he's not just going to be a one-on-one guy that's going to like dominate possessions that way. He's got to get better with his handle. to make himself quicker, to make himself get to the areas of the floor that he wants to get to, and also be able to use ball screens to get himself that separation to then get downhill. Once he gets down there, I like how tough he is, right? You saw, again, like, seeing the game up close. There was one play, I remember, we got really impressed because, like, there's a loose ball, and, like, Jacobe's just in there, like, fighting, like, jawing with people and stuff, where, like, he's not afraid of contact. He in fact, he loves up making and biting for, get guys to, like, fall in for the contact. And I also think that, like, he just has this quiet confidence about him. Like, I don't really recall moments where he's, like, rattled and he's, like, turning down shots. I like that he actually took the end of quarter heave, which actually went in, I think, right before half or maybe at the end of the first quarter. But I think it is a kind of a work in progress in terms of just, like, his overall sort of approach. Like, I think that right now in Summer League is a great chance to explore that. He's as close to a go-to guy as the Raptors have. It's basically him and A.J. Lawson. And honestly, when you compare it to the other teams with all the players that they have, you got Cooper Flagg creating his own offense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that level, but at the same time, this is the time to explore it. And I think the strength thing is big for him, man, because once he can get to the certain, like, the deeper that he can get, I mean, he's got some pretty creative finishes in terms of just, like, he had that one where it was and one the first game against Orlando where or first game against New York or Chicago where he took the bump and then he, like, flipped it in off an angle off the left hand, high off the glass, and bounced in. Like, he's got good touch and all that kind of stuff, but he is not that naturally, like, quick, dominant sort of, like, athlete that always going to get you that sort of, like, advantage creating offense. But at the same time, his role with the main Raptors is not going to look like this. It's going back to more catch and shoot threes, more playing defense, and then occasionally with the second unit creating more of his own shot. But I think he again he did make the biggest shot of the game with the N1.
Yeah, for sure. And I think friend of the program, Lee Ben Osman, who might be crashing this post game later. I've invited him. Asked Coach James Wade after the game whether there's plans to maybe shut down some players because this is what we see as we get deeper into the Summer League. Like, Cooper Flagg's already been shut down.
Shut them down for what, man?
Yeah, I know.
What are you guys doing?
Nico's like, yo, I got a vision for this.
We got to keep them fresh for the Rico runs?
I got a vision.
What are we doing? No.
So, and of course, the Raptors are 2-0, and there's just a lot of chatter. Like, James Wade was asked about whether he wants to win this, Summer League chip. And he said himself, like, he would love that, but whether players get shut down is, of course, out of his control. It's going to be like a front office decision and stuff.
That's Bob's decision.
But I think it's like, when you talk about guys like Jacobe, even guys like, A.J. Lawson, and of course you trickle down to like Colin and all these guys. Like, I would love for them to be able to just play through the Summer League because, like, they're building such good chemistry right now.
Man.
And it's like, why just do it for 2-3 games? Right. Like, if you're able to make a run, get into the playoffs and all this stuff, I would love for them to play like 5 games, 6 games, whatever it is, man.
You guys should have seen just, like, how happy those guys were post-game to just be around each other. Again, like, I know it's like after a win, it's also Summer League, but, like, you also know guys like each other, like, in these kind of moments, man. Like, so Colin was doing his post-game interview afterwards. First off, I've been walking around with, like, I've been basically shooting all the post-game scrums with this thing, which has been really great.
It's a camera, by the way.
And then, but I'm holding the camera with the one hand, and I'm holding the the microphone with the other hand. Colin sees me, and he's just like immediately took it out of my hand, and he just held it for the whole interview, and it did it himself. I was just like, super adorable. And then it just, he had a good interview anyway. But then Jamal comes over and starts like crashing it.
Yeah,
he was like putting his camera in.
A.J. Lawson was there.
They were yelling, "Go Gamecocks!"
Yeah, they. This is I saw someone on Twitter call the Raptors OKC East. This is the beginning of OKC East, man. We need a couple Aura farmers. We need our own version of Jalen Williams.
Oh yeah.
I think it might be Elijah. Actually, Elijah might be a little too serious.
Way too serious.
He's way too serious for that.
No.
A.J. Lawson, maybe? I don't know. Who's gonna be our Jalen? Who's gonna be our Jalen Williams, man? Like, we need a guy. We need a guy who's tossing towels.
It could be AJ, honestly.
Yeah, who's tossing towels at Caleb Gray after the game, as they're doing the interviews and stuff like that. So we need to find our Jalen Williams.
No, you know what? Honestly, to the subject of AJ, because like I guess we have so many prospects to talk about, so many sophomores to talk about. Like you kind of like forget about the fact that like the Raptors did add him midway through last season. When I watched the summer league here, I'm like, at one moment I was sitting beside Eric Green. I turned to him, I'm like, Eric, do we have another roster spot? Because like I would just hate for this to just be like, I want to see this go a little bit further. I think AJ's fit in so well culture-wise with the team. Obviously, him being Canadian, him being from Brampton, like I think there's like the friendship with RJ and with Mamu as well. But also as a player, I'm seeing him guard better. Like he's not lowering the defensive value of the team. And then offensively, I mean obviously he's older, so he's more advanced, but he can fill it up. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind like just to keep him on the roster a little bit longer, just to see what it is. Now, of course, the Raptors are in a cap crunch, so maybe honestly shaving a couple million here or there might be the difference between them being over the tax and under the tax. But like, damn, like I think again, I guess we've seen better players than AJ squeeze out in this situation. But I'm liking what he's doing, and if it's not for the Raptors, it's going to be for another team because he's done really well for himself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think he can be a secondary scorer on this team. Obviously, once you get to the regular season, you start looking down the roster.
Yeah.
You do wonder like how many opportunities he might get.
Yeah.
Because there are just so many other guys, even some of the rookie guys and younger guys that I think they're gonna just prioritize more because of development. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't want to take anything away from like AJ's summer league so far, and even AJ's performance towards the end of the season with the team. Like I think he's proven that he's a pretty good scorer, like given the opportunity and stuff. And you would hope maybe he stays on the Raptors instead of having to go to a trash franchise like the Charlotte Hornets or something, and get playing time.
He does have Charlotte Hornet written all over him.
No, I don't want that for him though. You know what I mean? AJ's our guy. Like, I think
AJ's our geyser, man.
No, I think that's a Crody right there, man. That's my ball, man.
That's actually
that's my ball. Did I do it right? No, but I think it's weird because I know it's summer league and we keep doing that as a caveat, like positive. It's like vibes are good, like Darko dapping up 23 coaches, like it's so weird and all this stuff. But it's like, I think the Raptors are building a good group of guys of just like chemistry, and this trickles down to the real team too, right? Like Scotty, you talk about even just Garrett Temple, like Sandro, I think is a breath of fresh air for this team. We know that IQ and RJ are good energy, Grady as well. Like they just got a good squad of just dudes, and of course you gotta win in the standings and all this stuff. But it's like I think for a team, for a fan base to really fall in love with and they got a good group here, man.
You know what? This is gonna sound corny as hell, but one of my favorite things that I ever did in my life was go to leadership camp.
Yeah.
If you've been to leadership camp, if your schools had leadership camps,
who was the camp counselor? Draymond Green?
No. But we were in color. We did have color houses basically. So I was in blue and then yellow. But
okay. I thought I caught by color. You meant race.
No, wow. I was in team yellow. It was all yellow.
Oh my god.
No, but I just remember grade 10.
Yeah.
Like all my friends went as like campers.
Sure.
And then I was like, this shit lame. I don't want to kind of do this. Whatever. So I just skipped it. And then when they came back, I had such crazy FOMO. I was like, they seem so close. They seem so like they had come out of their shell a little bit more. I think that that's the idea. You sort of make them step out of their comfort zone and show that being vulnerable is okay with each other and try to just be progressive in that sense. And I was just always remembering like, damn, why did I shut myself off to this opportunity? And so when it came down to grade 11, I was like applying. I remember because it was like you had like different activities you were to do, right? So like some people were like rock climbing, some people were doing like waterfalls, or some people were doing like water sports, like some people were doing like drama classes or something like that. Like I was just like, yeah, man, I'll sign up for water, like canoeing basically, and just because I wanted to go so badly. I didn't even know how to canoe. Meanwhile, I was supposed to teach other kids how to canoe. Dangerous situation, whatever. But like just going there, being like actually tight with people, and like I think that really helped develop my social skills. I mean, I was always a sociable guy, but like it really allowed me to be open with people rather than just being like chummy and just being with the keep them as like a more comical sort of level. And I think that there is a real value in these type of moments. Like Summer League is the closest thing I can remember to a leadership camp. Of course, it's for millionaires at like the swankiest hotels, all around the world, and they're being televised. But it's also the same idea fundamentally. It's like you take them a little bit out of their comfort zone, see what you can do. You win or lose together, and you fail together, but you get really vulnerable and close. And I think that if Summer League is done right, you get a result like this, like the Raptors. And again, like it's not about the championship. It's not about any of that. It's about how much you are able to sort of develop a bond and connection together. And I'm so happy for these guys. Like, I see these guys crashing each other's interviews and just being goofy, but also calling each other out when they're making mistakes and picking each other up and, coordinating and talking about sort of where to be on defense. I'm like, that's how people should operate.
Yeah, for sure.
In any context.
No, another guy I want to point out before we talk about Scal LaBCA.
Oh.
We got to devote a segment to our dude there. But I thought I was pretty impressed with seeing some moments from Ulrich Chomche again here today. Yes. And, you talk about the post-game interviews. It's so funny because, like, I remember last year when he did an interview post-game, obviously, I think people from listening to our show remember, like, you asked him a bunch of questions about his background and all of this stuff. And, like, it's like the cutest, like, innocent thing that Chomche does when he walks into the scrum. He did this last year, did it today, too, after the game. He always asks where he should be looking. Yeah. Because there's, like, media people obviously surrounding him in a circle. Yeah. And he's, like, asking every reporter, should I be looking at you? Should I be looking at the camera?
Yeah.
And it just, it just adds to, like, how raw he is about just the whole experience.
Oh, man. You know what? But honestly, the word raw is going to be always sort of attached to him just because of, like, sort of his unique path to the game. But I think it's very notable that he is a lot less raw as compared to a year ago. You know, I think that one thing I keep noticing is just the touch on his jump hook's a lot better. And, you know, that's something I see him work with Mike Batiste, like one of the assistant coaches.
One of 23.
One of the 23, but I think probably the tallest one, where, you know, he's always working with him on left-hand jump hooks, right-hand jump hooks, the fundamentals of the game. Like, we're talking about 5-foot jump hooks. These are not Wilts, or Kareem sky hooks or anything. But I think there's actual progress on that. There's actually improvement on the touch. And I think that, like, small things. Like, I thought one of the great questions was from S in the postgame. He asked him about screening because Ulrich kept talking about how, like, it's important for his role to screen. So he asked him what makes a good screen, and Ulrich was really discussing about the angle of the screen, that he has to force that defender to go under rather than to go to force the defender to go over rather than go under to create the space for the guards to play with. And I just thought it was really thoughtful from him. I mean, I think even within a year of, like, he comes in the league as an 18-year-old, had played at NBA Academy Africa for like 2 years, but realistically was so, like, new and, like, again, like, so it's cute actually seeing, like, you describe very few NBA players as just cute and, like, innocent, but he is very cute and innocent in terms of just what he's seen of like this type of basketball. And then a year later, he still has an innocence. Like, we'll post an interview with him later on as well. You should really watch it because I thought it was a really comical one. But, like, you know, you could also see that he is growing along and he's coming along. And Liban Osman, you should come along too, buddy. Yo, what are you doing? Get over here.
Yo, Liban, get in here, man.
We're gonna
the chicken parm booth is closed, my brother.
But I just think that, like, there is growth, and I think you saw him tonight. Like, you know, he's not committing as many fouls. I think first and foremost, which I think is always the biggest sign that you're able to read it a little bit better in terms of the game itself. I think that you're also seeing that, like, his ability to move and shot block and, like, even run the floor. Like, he's had one of these plays every game where he would get the steal and then run out and take it the other way. Tonight was a really tough one because he was, like, one-on-one on an island just by himself at the top of the floor. But just like his guards do, he played it really tight, pressured him, got the deflection, got the steal, ran it down. He was bobbling the ball the whole entire way until the rim, and then somehow he was able to slow down enough and pause and then get to the rim and actually convert the layup. These are very small things in terms of just, like, you know, these are not highlight plays. But I think for Ulrich, these are really, really important moments for him, and I think he looks more confident. The guys all love him too. They all, like, you know how, like, he's basically how we always clown Liban for being young and innocent. That's Ulrich Chomche for this team.
No, it's true, man. You know? No, I'm excited. I'm excited about seeing him.
You like chicken parms and stuff? We're about to find out. Hold on,
I'm excited for that. And before Liban jumps in, joins us too, like, just want to give.
Oh my God.
Yo, get comfortable, man. You chilling for like 20 minutes with us, man.
What's good?
Yo, go sit there or some shit. I don't know.
We're gonna bring another chair for Lee.
Liban Osman has joined the show. But I want to talk about, Summer League's funny too, because, like, you be checking some of these rosters, watching these games, and suddenly a random player just pops up. And for Orlando, it was, I was like, whoa, who's that guy, number 64, wearing a Labissiere? Yeah. I'm like, there's no way it's that guy that was drafted.
Sexy Labissiere.
Yeah, Sexy Labissiere. I was like, there's no way that's the guy that was drafted by the Kings, like, way back, Scal. And it was Scal. It was Scal. And he was out here crying to the refs every other play.
Oh, yeah.
This guy fouled Chomche and was like, yo, man, it's all ball. That's a ball. It's all ball, man. Like,
no, he had a hard foul on somebody. He, like, I think it was Colin on the basket. He, like, hard fouled him. He chopped him. And he's like, that's a foul. Like, you're 29 years old, buddy. You were drafted in Pascal Siakam's draft class in 2016. What are you doing here?
Can we talk about how Raptors fans wanted him instead of Pascal?
Yo, you remember that? You were like 12 at that time.
I remember that. Yeah? I remember writing, like, a blog about Scal. Really?
Damn, they wanted Scal. We got Scal at home, bro.
You know what they did? They passed Scal.
Ooh.
Siakam.
Yo, get me home, man. I hate Vegas. By day 3 of Vegas, I just want to go home, man.
No, but no, seriously, what was he doing out there? Is he coming back? Like, what's happening?
Yo, straight up, like, if you're wearing a number higher than 60 at Summer League, you're not making it to training camp. Like, I think that's my theory. Like, if your number is higher than 60,
Yeah.
55 and up, I feel like you're not making it back to the league. Yeah.
Well, let's make it 56 because Elijah's 55.
Allow that number.
All right. Any other Raptors in the 60s?
Yo, leave it. Who's been the guy that's impressed you the most so far in 2 games?
Ooh. Honestly, I'll say Ulrich.
Yeah, I know,
Okay,
right?
Because I'm like,
we just
I
finished
didn't
glazing them.
I didn't
No, but
expect
do it
this
again.
jump. I didn't
Yeah.
hear you guys glaze him.
No, you can glaze.
Glaze
yeah.
him some more,
Yeah,
man.
glaze them.
And just the post game that he just had.
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
shocked, just
Oh,
not
man.
to just how fun he was
Yeah.
having with it.
Yeah.
Just like joking with reporters.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
And you can just tell that a year.
Yeah.
Like, we talked about it before, like what we
Yeah.
wanted to look for. I just want to see if he had feel for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy has more than just feel.
Right. But he's not making like the basic mistakes that he was last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think that like he's just getting to the level where like he's comfortable playing at this level. And of course like playing this level versus like playing NBA minutes is going to be another level to jump. But I think you are seeing more of that confidence. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. But when you were 18 and 19 years old, I don't even know what were you doing, man?
I was
That was only like 7 years ago for you.
I was at TMU Ryerson.
Yeah.
I was covering the basketball team over there. Shout out to Roy Rana. Shout out to the
Hey.
guys. Shout out to Noah Abdi, man. I know he's out here at Summer
Hey.
League.
Actually,
I was covering the basketball team, man. I was like,
wait, we got a Ryerson kid at like playing in the summer league.
I was covering who used to be at those games. I think Bruno used to come out and train at TMU back in the day.
That was his level.
Yeah, I remember the jokes he used to make about he should be on OSAB.
Yo, they calling him OSAP Rocky over here? Holy man.
Listen, man.
OSAP mob.
pick a major, baby.
Yeah.
We major.
Y'all ready for some scoops, man? You know I've been
Oh,
working hard.
Okay.
So Alex
know.
has been here working the sidelines, trying to get as many observations as possible. I told him, yo, you should just do 10 things.
Yeah, I definitely don't have 10 things.
Give me
okay?
10 things on this Raptors Magic game.
So I probably have like 4.5 things here. So first thing, so we'll get into this more on the Banter Pod, but last night we had a chance to go to the Backstreet Boys concert at the Sphere.
Yep.
It was beautiful. And one of the other people that were also there was, Raptors star Scotty Barnes.
Oh, yes.
And I wanted to know, because one of the things is, Will, you didn't know a single Backstreet Boys song.
Not one.
And you
talking
were
about?
looking up lyrics and stuff.
I know
Here,
one.
name one right now.
Name one right now.
Sing one. If you can sing one line, you win. Yeah.
Ba 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 ba.
That's okay. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no.
I want it that
Those are
way.
two separate songs.
Tell
I'm
me why
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Ain't nothing
See,
but
I know
a
some.
mistake. Tell me why. I never wanna hear you say.
Oh, yeah.
I want it that way.
What's
I
the
Want It,
show that
Chomche?
did like a version of that? Was that Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah. It was
shout out
like
to
a
them.
police interrogation
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. It was a
Goddamn.
really good skit, actually.
But anyway, so
Yeah.
I pulled up to Scotty. OG was at the game too. They were chatting a little bit. I was actually, my main goal was to ask if OG was friends with Suni Lee for real.
Yeah.
But OG was a little busy, so I asked Scotty. I'm like, hey, how many songs did you know last night? He's like, I know a few. I'm like, can you name them? He's like, nah. So cap or not, like, you think Scotty knew a couple songs?
Yeah.
And if he did, like, which song you think Scotty actually knows?
The one
Because
I
he's
just named.
younger than
It
you.
would be I Want It That Way.
Yeah, it'd probably be I Want It That Way. So
I know he was
Maybe
jamming
just
out
a
to
big
that.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, honestly.
just by the eye test, it didn't seem like that's gonna make Scotty's like top 10 concerts
Guy-
Apparently, it was on his
of all
stories.
time.
Like he had it on his stories that he was there.
Yeah.
Because like fan of the show told us that like, oh, are we looking up stuff? Yeah. Fan of the show was telling us that like Scotty was posting from the games. Like, did you know Scotty was there? It was like, did we know that he was there? We were there with him.
Wow.
To be clear, we were closer to the stage than Scotty was.
Yeah. Our videos are better. So yeah, Scotty confirmed not a Backstreet Boys fan, but
tough.
possibly had fun. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, we got
Okay,
this.
here we go.
Yeah.
If you're watching on the stream, by the way, there's a photo of Scotty's shirt from the game.
Yeah.
From
From the concert, yeah.
Alex, describe the shirt, man.
The shirt on the back, it's a sleeveless white shirt.
Oh, goodness.
And the back says sex. And the front also says sex.
Okay, my
Yeah.
question. I
It's not
watched
a
all your
Colin
guys'
Sexton
videos.
Yeah.
jersey.
Why was everyone wearing white?
So
okay, so
yeah, Jerome, you got
AJ
this.
McLean, one of the members, asked on social media for everyone to wear white at it. So it was like a white.
But the
kind
three of
thing,
us
yeah.
pulled up in blue like it was Blue Man Group.
Yeah. You know
No, I don't have white pants. Do you wear white pants? Oh yeah, you do wear white pants.
Actually, I do.
Your little Jordan
I'll pull
mustard and white
I'll pull it out
tracksuit.
Alex
tomorrow.
almost bought
Yeah.
white pants over at the Nike factory outlet.
Just to like rock it
Yeah.
at Backstreet Boys. Yeah. By the way, you wearing Yeezys today?
Hey, let's not talk about that. Let's not
So,
talk about that.
so okay, so that's the first scoop. You know, that's the first
Okay,
scoop
scoop
there.
one. Scoop
Yo,
one. Let's
my,
go. Scoop
my
two.
Okay.
other shoes were dirty. Allow me.
Yeah, scoop 2 here. You know, ran into a source in the concourse that covers the Portland Trailblazers really closely, and
Sean?
I've been told that the Trailblazers are reporting that Hanson Yang's jerseys are selling 10 times more than Donovan Clingan
Wow.
from a year ago.
That's
Which-
it?
Yeah.
What? You know what it is? Honestly, our folks
God,
back,
he's Chinese, and there's a lot of Chinese people in the
No,
world.
I think our folks back home are making discount.
Oh yeah,
We're making bootleg jerseys,
true.
man.
Honestly, man, where do you stand on that? Like, obviously,
What,
you know,
bootlegs?
like Chinese
Oh.
player here. Like, do you feel like you're doing a disservice by buying a bootleg? Like, should you not go to the actual NBA store and buy an official Hanson Yang jersey?
I am not worried
I
about
feel-
millionaires getting their money or the NBA getting
but
their
I feel
money.
like you're
I'm
not
worried about
I
getting
feel
a
like
cheap,
you're not
a
a
good
real
price on
you're not a
jersey.
real fan if you're wearing a bootleg.
I know we're at an NBA Summer League studio, but I don't know why you're repping the league so hard right now.
Also, speaking of which, like, you know, you see some great jerseys here at Summer League. Liban, I'm sure you've seen some as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
look at this.
Liban's
official-
wearing a
wait, let me-
Summer League
let me
polo.
get the Liban
Know
photo.
about this.
yeah, Liban looks like he could be one of the head coaches.
I'm a staffer.
Maybe he could replace Muddy, who I don't believe is coaching that hard right now.
That's
Nah,
insane.
Money. Buddy's doing a great
Yeah,
job. Do
no,
a story on Money, man. Shout out to Money.
so the other thing is, like, somebody has been walking around in a Karl Malone jersey. And to me, like, we gotta draw the line at that, man.
Right.
I'm not even trying to be a woke god about this, but you can't be a Summer League and not know Karl Malone's whole profile. Like, how are you out here rocking a Karl Malone, man? Thoughts on this? Yeah.
I have no thoughts.
Yeah.
Just don't wear it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
right.
insane.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeezys, just don't wear them.
Plus, if you own a Karl Malone jersey in the year 2025, there's no way you don't own other jerseys.
Yeah.
Yo,
Like, there's a
look at him, man.
Yeah, look
his
at this.
shirt,
Look
man.
at this
who's
photo.
that?
Yo,
Yeah.
who is that?
Look at this
man?
photo,
Oh,
man, in the
that's
chat.
a-
Snap
Yeah,
by
like-
Jerome.
Yo, that's
man.
my ball
Yo,
right there, bro.
that's a profile pic.
Okay.
That's a LinkedIn profile
I just
pic.
want to
man.
see
You
the
dress like
comments.
Steve Smith, man.
I want to know.
Yo, this guy's Steve Smith with Clyde Drexler's hairline,
I was
bro.
gonna say whose hairline's worse, mine or yours? In that
Little
picture?
about to do
Yo,
NBA TV
shit.
right
Is my
now.
hairline that bad? in
Like
that picture?
no, dog. Like I said, man, I've been looking to invest. I'm gonna invest in some land on your forehead, bro.
Yo, Streets are saying Lee Benz looks like he's about to call a ninth foul on CMB, man. Yo, stop killing Lee man.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
what other scoops? Come on.
what other scoops?
Come
Yeah.
on,
So
man.
second
only
scoop.
two. That's
Second
only-
scoop was that Hanson Yang's jerseys are selling really well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Number
Can't believe
3.
it.
You know, Elijah Martin. Have we posted the Elijah Martin interview yet? Not yet. Right? Okay, it's coming this week.
Yeah.
Make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
You know, he's got lots of tattoos on his legs. Like,
Yeah.
you know, me and Will were studying this. Breaking, if you don't know, he has a Murakami flower logo
Ooh,
tattooed
okay,
on his left
okay.
leg. So just for people.
Checking out thighs like he's
No
Steve
idea.
Ballmer.
No idea. I don't know why. No idea what that is. But I saw his
Don't
coach sitting
worry. We'll
courtside,
talk
though.
handball. We'll talk handball soon.
Florida
man.
coach was sitting courtside, man. I was gonna ask him for Xavier Lee updates, man.
Number. Nice.
Florida's head coach was just sitting beside Bobby and then I guess Darko, and they were just chatting the whole game.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. I guess it was there to see Elijah as well.
Right.
Because, by the way, Elijah did not score, unfortunately. But again, it doesn't matter. They got the win,
That's
man.
good, man. So next up here, you know, you sent me on an assignment, Will, last
Another one?
game to,
Oh, yeah.
to count assistant coaches.
Yeah.
And through that, like, I've had a lot of assistant coaches approach me, and I've developed a few sources here at Summer League.
Okay.
So I found out that, you know, do you think the over-under for the per diem for the whole trip for an NBA assistant coach, do you think over-under $2,000
like per
for
day?
the entire Summer League? Yeah.
Well, I mean, summer league's like 20 days.
Yeah. So what do you think is
100?
a fair per diem for an NBA assistant coach for Summer League?
You told me this, so I'm not gonna
I
ask.
hope
Yeah.
they make more than we do.
Goodness, man.
So anyways,
You never know when you have to buy 6 shots of Top Shelf tequila.
I've heard some reporting here from sources that I guess the per diem is upwards of 2,000 plus. So
Honestly,
yeah.
and by the way,
Yeah.
and what do you mean?
I said in Vegas, 2000 is nothing.
Honestly, you can
yeah.
make 2,000 work pretty well, I feel like.
How are
Especially.
you spending with that polo on there?
Is that polo from this year or
That's
last
from
year?
last year, man.
Okay,
That's
okay.
last year.
Best investment I ever made.
Um,
I'm wearing it every year now.
Yeah, let's see what else. Let's see what else.
Let's go next.
We were at the win yesterday. Again, we'll tell the full story of me getting unbanned from the win.
Yo, the banter pod is gonna be crazy.
Oh, you guys
man.
don't understand. I was in handcuffs for 20 minutes. Is
Oh,
all I'm
yeah,
gonna say.
yeah.
So we saw Sean Marks get dapped up by 3 people,
Right.
and I just want to know what has Sean Marks done to earn daps from 3 people. Can you give me 3 reasons why you would dap Sean Marks at Summer League?
He used all. Was it 4 of his picks?
5.
Five
Five
picks
picks,
in
yeah.
the first
Yeah.
round.
Yeah.
He has a Canadian as the coach in the G League.
Okay.
Shout out to Sean Swords, the
He's-
father
he's-
of Tyler Swords.
Oh yeah. Shouts to
I almost
Sean
said he
Swords,
had a Canadian for the NBA team because I just assumed Jordy's Canadian now.
Jordy.
Right.
Hired
Yeah.
Jordy after a great World Cup run.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything else.
Yeah. No, Sean Marks getting daps at Summer League is how I know Summer League is not serious. I feel like you got to be pretty selective with your daps here.
It's so funny because like you have the public perception of like what
Sure.
these guys are and stuff.
Sure.
And then last night I was at the my bad. Me
Yeah,
and Jerome
yeah.
were at the clutch party. You almost got in.
I was in cuffs. Yeah.
and Nico Harrison.
You think I'm
obviously-
kidding, eh?
No, I still like when you told me the story.
You
I
think
asked,
I'm
Nah,
kidding?
we-
I asked
we'll-
Will like 3 times. Is this
We'll
real?
tell this. We'll tell this story.
Teaser.
I couldn't believe it when you got like no,
Teaser.
Say, like I asked you 3
Yeah.
times.
No, they had this
Joking,
guy like
right?
Akon, man.
I can't believe this.
Locked up. Anyway, so we were at the clutch party, and Nico Harrison's just in there, and everyone's just like coming over, chatting. Like he's very popular.
He's a guy.
and you would never know that like everybody online is
Yeah, it's like
this
clowning.
guy's the worst.
No,
guy
once
ever.
again, this is like online versus reality.
We
Yeah.
saw people do social content with Nico Harrison inside the clutch party. So just Nico
Yeah.
sitting on a couch, and they're just like selfie camera, everything that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of just run-ins and stuff, Liban, I want to run this one by you as well. So last night, towards the end of the night, I saw Corey Brewer, just hanging out. Are you familiar with Corey Brewer, former 50-point scorer in a game?
Is he on the Minnesota staff?
I'm not sure. I'm not that deep on my NBA knowledge.
Yes.
He's
If-
the
if-
acting head coach.
If
for the
you
Summer League.
saw Corey Brewer, what's the first what's the conversation that you would strike with him? You think?
I think I'm walking away.
No, so you draw the line. So Corey Brewer
He's not
is not
somebody, I
is
stop
not
and
worth
be like,
approaching.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yo.
Like, what am I gonna say? Yo, you dropped 50 one game. And, like,
Yeah, but have you
10 years ago?
Yo, that's a 50-point score, man. You know how few of those there are in the NBA?
So would you?
This
stop?
is basically like meeting half of Will Chamberlain.
So would you
like-
stop Terrence Ross if you see him in the street?
I mean, yeah, just because of his Toronto history.
If it was
We saw Greg Monroe yesterday. We didn't stop. Yeah.
we did not stop.
We didn't
everyone.
stop. But I think Corey Brewer, I would. Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think Summer League's weird though. Like, what do you really say to these guys? You know what I mean?
Nothing. It was just
Like-
I'm a big fan of you. Like I
Yeah.
saw Jose Calderon today. I didn't want to bother him
Yeah.
because he was talking to Dwayne Casey and
Like,
Michael Grange, but like
Mason Plumlee
I'm
was
like,
just
yo.
taking photos with like random people,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
in the lobby. So
I think, especially because you pass by so many, you do the like head nod, like acknowledgement, like I know who you are.
good, yeah.
So
What's
you're
up?
saying
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I saw Nikhil Alexander last night at 3 a.m. and
Oh,
I just said Nikhil, and then he's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Wait. Just to clarify, when you see him from
No way.
far enough distance and walk toward him and stare at him until he notices you and go, Nikhil.
And the thing is, you didn't have anything to say to him. You
Yeah.
just wanted to confirm that it was Nikhil.
you couldn't tell him like, yo, congrats on the contract. Like,
Yo, I did. Oh yeah, he's on the Hawks now. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Creeping
man.
up with zero fear like he's Penta.
I was like, yo, congrats to your cousin for winning the chip, man. That's big for the family, man. Yo, I heard he knocked you out in the conference finals, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Anyways, that's the part I love about Summer League too.
Running random run-ins. Yeah.
Speaking of daps, Will had one successful and one unsuccessful
I won one for
dap
two. One for two.
situation
One for
here.
two.
So Garrett Temple was courtside. So you got to know we're sitting baseline. We got basketball royalty in front of us.
Yeah.
Right in front of Will is Wayne Embry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
legend.
got Rod Thorne. Look him up.
Yo, you know Rod Thorne?
Look up
I
Rod
don't know who that
Thorne.
is. Who's that?
Former Nets GM. He was also worked at
In
the league.
man.
Oh, yeah.
He also worked at the league for a
What does
long
he do now?
time.
What does he do
Like
now?
one.
I don't know. He was ripping some popcorn in front
Yeah,
of me.
Damn.
And then we got Alex McKechnie.
At one point, what's his name? The referee.
Joey Crawford.
Oh,
came-
Joey Crawford
I know that
came by.
guy.
Joey
Yeah.
Crawford came out and I just started yelling, Tim Duncan.
Alex was not ejected somehow.
I was not ejected.
Yeah.
Patrick and a lot of people, right? Like a lot of people sitting out front. So of course, when Raptors players like come in the gym, they come and show love.
Of course.
So like Garrett Temple, you and Garrett have a history from like Raptors show, obviously.
Garrett?
And also like I feel like Garrett's probably like now the closest guy on the team to you.
What do you
Like
mean?
now that Chris has moved on, like I feel like you have a really good
Wait,
relationship
Chris moved on?
with Garrett. No, like Chris Boucher's moving on to another
yeah,
team.
okay.
By the way,
Like,
who's gonna
damn.
sign Chris, man?
Yeah, what's
Come on,
going
yeah,
on?
but I feel
What's
like
the deal?
Garrett's your guy now, like
my
on
guy?
this team. Yeah, I think
my
he's your
uncle,
geyser. Like he's your geyser on this
That's
team,
my-
man.
that's my
That's
uncle.
your ball, bro. So
That was it.
so Garrett daps, like Wayne Embry, Garrett daps, and then you had your hand out. Like you had your hand.
Scotty's section.
You had your hand full out.
Oh, here's the video.
And yeah, here's the dap. Look at
There
this
you go.
video here.
No way you had
dap,
that
Great dap.
dap,
Another dap.
dap.
Oh man.
Here comes a hug for
Oh,
McKechnie.
of course, man.
Little hug for McKechnie.
Yep.
Yep.
Big hug.
Yep.
Yep, there we go. And then we pan over to Will's hand. And he's just waiting. And I don't know why two of his fingers look like it's snapped. So miss opportunity there.
Yeah.
Okay. So then OG Anunoby comes through, right?
Right.
And
OG watched like half this Raptors.
OG
It was super cute, man.
OG
That's
very easy to recognize. Like he comes through, does the same dap routine.
Yeah.
But then good old Doug Smith of the Yeo mailbag, Toronto Star
Legend.
co-worker was like, "Hey, OG, down in the front, man. We're trying to watch the game." So then here's the situation. The media row goes Doug Smith, Eric Kareen,
And me.
Will Liu,
Yeah.
and me.
Yeah.
So OG starts going in the row to start dapping.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is before
I'm like this, bro.
before he even daps the two,
Like
Will has his hand out like this.
Please, OG.
He's like, I'm in line right now.
Please, man.
So
Like,
he
I'm next.
gets a dap. I'm
That's right, 1 for
I'm
2.
super chill. I just do the little head nod with OG.
Yeah.
And then Will, the first thing he asks is like, "Yo, did you get that on video?" And I was like, "Hell no, bro." So anyways, you got a tap from OG.
Oh yeah.
You
Love OG.
failed. You fail from Garrett.
OG.
So it's 1-1 right now.
Okay.
So it's chill.
Can I ask a question, Alex?
Yes.
So at one point, OG and Scotty are kicking it out in Media Pit,
Yeah.
and you disappear and just head over into like kind of the distance by the side. Like, what was the idea around it?
So I as I was explaining earlier on the show, like my initial thing was
and as a visual, we do have.
That's OG. That's OG in the white hoodie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Scotty
yeah.
beside him, and then
So-
that's Alex.
So
Just,
no, so
what are you doing?
So I was actually trying to get a scoop for HW, and the first thing I wanted to ask, the main objective, I wanted to ask OG about Suni Lee. Like I wanted to be like,
Brother.
hey, like is she
Power
actually
couple.
is she actually a big Knicks fan? All of this stuff. But OG was like kind of
That's not
talking
the
to
question you wanted to ask.
No, but OG was talking to some former Raptors staffers, so I didn't want to like bother him. But then Scotty was free, so I talked to Scotty about Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, nice.
And then
nice.
brought the scoop to the table, you know.
Nice,
So
nice.
Big time.
no, but that's summer league, man. You gotta just like I
You
wish
just gotta roll up. And
I
talk
wanted to
people.
run up on
Just roll
Dwayne
up.
Casey because Dwayne Casey has been named as a potential candidate for the president job by Michael Grange, and I wanted
Oh,
to.
is that Silver?
I wanted. Is Adam Silver? No, is that
No,
Adam
that's
Silver?
not Silver, right?
No, man, it's just another
Is that
ball guy.
actually Adam Silver? No,
Adam Silver?
No, that
Hold
is him.
What is it?
Hey, Adam.
Adam.
Hey, Adam. Is
Adam.
Come join the show.
Hello,
Come
Adam.
say what up.
Wait,
Come
I-
say what up.
Say
to
what
the
up to
show.
Canada. Say what up to Canada. This is
What's happening in Canada?
Toronto mostly. Yeah.
This is
Oh, I love
crazy.
Toronto.
We bring another franchise, Adam, to Canada. Let's break news right here.
Toronto's doing so well right now. I think you guys got the whole country.
I love that. I love that.
All right, well, thanks for being here,
Thank
guys.
you, Adam. Thank you, Adam.
Appreciate
This is the best cameo we've
Appreciate
ever
it.
had.
Appreciate it. Yo. I want to see the. Look, give me the S's in the chat for silver,
Are you
yo.
kidding me,
Yo, get
man?
the S in the chat,
No
man.
way.
Yo, that was
Give me
crazy.
the S,
Why did
man.
we get to Adam
Yo, we
Silver?
straight up just
Oh
told
my
Adam to come
God.
say hi to Canada, bro.
Adam.
way he turned around.
Yo, you want a scoop? That's a scoop,
Yo, what other show can you
Yo.
do Adam Silver
Yo,
randomly? man?
aggregate right now. Adam Silver
can't
says
believe
no
it.
more Canadian franchises, yo.
Oh yeah. And credit us on this, man.
Yo, he thinks. Yo, he's quick
Bro,
too.
yo,
eh?
me man. Hey, listen, we gotta give you the assist
Come
for
on,
that.
I yelled.
Yo,
This guy
yo,
just yelling
yo.
at
Adam,
him. The way he
yo.
turned around too.
That's why he did it for us, man.
Yo, man's was pressed,
Meanwhile,
man.
I'm like, yo, shut up, man.
No,
It's like a mission.
yo, man thought he was coming on NBA Joy.
He's like,
He's like, yo, this is our biggest global partner.
he's like,
Daryl Morey, Daryl Morey fucked us up. Like
Yang.
we gotta come correct, man. And he's like, fuck, these guys are just from Toronto. I'm enjoying all the banter.
Yo, that's sick, man.
Anyways, I think that's a good
Is
spot.
there any other scoop bigger than Adam Silver?
No, man. We just dropped the Neapolitan of scoops, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
All right.
so there you go, man. There you go. We
Listen.
finally got a Wonge, man.
That's the thing. Everyone thinks that we're, oh, haha, this and that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
We don't
just
play games.
Just because we're funny doesn't mean that we don't give you the top-notch analysis and the best guests and everything
you
like
don't
that.
understand, man. We're
Listen,
connected. We're connected,
you want
man.
some league coverage? Hit the subscribe
Yeah, man.
on Hell and Welcome, man. We got all the post-game interviews. We got our own exclusive one-on-one interviews. We got you post-game shows,
Yeah, man.
banter pods,
Post-game, pre-game, during
everything,
the game.
man. We got
They're
you Adam
showing the
Silver. I can't
business,
believe
man.
Silver
And we
just
got
popped on, man.
Lee Ban, man.
They're showing the business.
Lee
Y'all
Ban
gotta
just
tap
had Lee Ban had a great performance. Why did I call it performance? Great appearance on the show, just previewing Summer League. The two of you.
Bro,
This is my life moment. I was on a show with Adam Silver, man. Come on.
Yo, that
Yo,
shit
that's
is crazy.
when he looked at you, he's like, Smitty,
Yeah.
what are you
Yo, I
He's not like
I
one
cannot wait
man.
to clip that, man.
Yo, that's gonna
Holy.
go- I can't believe it.
Yo, that's as
Oh,
Rizza
man.
said, man. That's fucking ridiculous.
You know this shit is.
That's aura, man.
Yo,
Hello and welcome. That's aura, man.
I'd even try to glaze Mr. Freeze over there,
was
but
just
like I
like,
can't
going,
believe
man.
homie came through.
He's
man.
right behind us. Don't call him that, man. There's just a fake wall here.
He's like, yo, he's gonna lifetime.
Wait, who
ban,
asked him
baby.
about the expansion?
I told him like, yo, you bring another squad to
Yeah,
Canada.
the way he froze.
Bro.
Yo, he was quick though. Eh?
Yeah,
he's like,
quick.
Toronto's doing great.
yeah.
Yeah, man's
Should
just
ask him,
quick.
what do you think about Masai leaving, man?
Yo,
Should ask
oh
that.
shoot, yeah.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
Bring him back.
All right, man, that's it. Let's do
Hey.
some 3 stars and all that.
3 stars from tonight's game.
Yeah.
Because this was actually really
You gotta
fun
work
game,
Silver in, man.
man. Honestly, Adam Silver getting that first star. Actually,
No. The Adam Silver Award goes to Adam Silver.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
he earned that
Yeah.
thing, man. Honestly, my first star is AJ Lawson again, man.
Let's
He
go,
goes
yeah.
5 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, goes 9 of 13 from the on the free throws. He had that steal and run out late in the game too, which is a huge sort of play. And I think that I'm rooting for him to either stay here in Toronto or latch on elsewhere. He's proven to me that he's like a good NBA
You
level
like AJ,
player.
right?
I love, Brampton's finest.
Yo, when's he coming on? Canadian basketball show, bro.
I gotta talk to his agent, man. Mike, hit
Yo,
me.
Mike.
Yo,
Mike, let's make it happen. I'm gonna send you this
subscribe
clip
to Lee
afterwards.
Ban's, follow Lee Ban's stuff. We were talking about this
Yeah.
today, like off air, straight up. Like Lee Ban is you're not even the next up. Like you're up right now, but like you're you're killing it, dog. Like straight up.
Seriously, you're the
Follow
best young journalist in the
Follow
city.
Lee
Like,
Ban's
easily,
writing.
man.
Follow his podcast. Like honestly, if you love basketball, you love Canadian basketball, you love good storytelling. Like
Yeah.
this is the guy. Man.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Appreciate y'all. Jamil Telfer coming on the pod next. Shout out to him. Playing for the Clippers. Signed a 2-way with them.
Maybe I'll start
Exhibit
subscribing
10.
to your pod.
Yeah. Okay. So AJ getting the first star, second star.
Second star, Adam Silver.
Ulrich Chomche, honestly.
Yes.
I thought,
Yeah, Ulrich.
Yeah.
I thought Ulrich played well, man.
Ulrich,
He protects the rim.
Yeah.
There's not that much size on the Raptors, Colin obviously was getting chewed out by his teammates. I was scratching it out. Jamal was yelling like, "Yo, stop the fucking ball!" I'm like,
Yo,
like,
Colin
damn,
Castleton is our Mario Chalmers, bro.
seriously, they were treating him like that, man. It's crazy, but. No, Ulrich played well, man. Ulrich played well. I thought maybe he would get a chance to close the game as well, but it was quite close, and the Raps decided to close with Mobo and CMB. I don't mind that look as well, but I've been really pleasantly surprised with what he got. He also did a great post-game interview. And then your third star, honestly, there wasn't a lot of great offensive performances. I want to give a little love to Chucky Hepburn as well. Okay. I thought Chucky's on-balls defense was really good. We haven't mentioned his name at all. And then he had a step back, tween three. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chucky hours, man.
So I want to see a little bit more Chucky as well over the course of the playoffs, well, regular season or whenever this is. Summer League.
Are you a Chuck E. Cheese fan?
What are you asking me?
I don't
Is
know.
that Chuck E.
Yo,
Cheese
you,
American?
you might say anything.
I used to go to
man.
that when I was a kid.
Oh,
you
we
don't
can't-
want Chuck E. Cheese?
We
Come
can't-
on.
We can't go from like Dave and Buster's.
We just had Adam Silver
Buster's for
5
We just
minutes
had
ago,
Silver, man.
and you
Don't
asked
ask-
me if I've ever
don't
been to
ask
Chuck
me about
E.
Chucky
Cheese, man.
Hepburn, Audrey Hepburn, man. Adam Silver in 5, bro.
Oh my goodness!
Yo.
I've had birthday parties as a kid. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's your favorite game at Chuck E. Cheese?
All right, Gerald Henderson Award. Do you do that?
Gerald Henderson. Honestly, I got to give a lot of love to Noah Penda. I thought Noah Penda was good. Like
Red
physical,
Penda, baby.
strong.
Yeah.
Him, Jace Richardson, Jason Richardson's son. I thought he played really well.
You
He
know
has
how
top
you know
buckets,
how
man.
old I feel finding out that Jason Richardson's son. Like I just bought a Jason Richardson Warriors jersey like a couple
Yeah.
months ago, and now his son's in the league.
And his son's nice, man. His lefty, tough. He made
He
some
does
really tough
he does
floaters,
look
man.
nice. Yeah, he
Yeah.
does look nice.
So, but I'll give it to Noah Penda, man. I thought he was
Okay.
physically like imposing. And,
Yeah. Unfortunately, he wears 93, so I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was good, but
Yeah.
honestly, it was a fun game. Raptors moved to 2-0. Summer League has been excellent to us. We have
Ups and
tonight
downs.
a big party coming up, so we look
Yeah.
forward to start attending that. Otherwise, appreciate all of you guys for listening. Again, subscribe to the channel.
Yo, we're almost at 10K, man. Let's go.
Hey, listen,
it.
actually,
Come on.
speaking of which, before we get to that, actually, we have one last thing for you. But first, we want to show you a message from one of our beloved sponsors. What's going on, everybody? The Hello and Welcome crew is officially headed to Las Vegas Summer League this week. What this means for the show is as follows. Officially, on the record, we're really excited to bring you the latest in the next generation of the Toronto Raptors and also other young NBA stars from across the league. But of course, unofficially, this being Vegas and all, we are really looking forward to crashing a few exclusive NBA parties, rubbing shoulders with some of your favorite media personalities, and of course, catching up with all our dear friends from across the league. And when it comes time to be reaching for a beverage, we'll be asking for a Simply Spiked for us and the whole crew. And here's the thing. The fine folks at Simply Spiked have been really kind to send us cases to try of their new beverages. And let me tell you from firsthand experience, these are very crushable drinks. The limeade flavor is a very refreshing take on the original. The blackberry flavor has a nice tart twist. And of course, the cherry one, you already know that's the bomb. At 5% alcohol and made with real fruit juices, they're perfect to bring to any summertime outing, whether that's rubbing shoulders with NBA people or just having a nice little picnic in the park. Pick up Simply Spiked at your local store, try some for yourself, and we'll catch you when we're back in Toronto. Hey, listen, must be legal drinking age. Please celebrate responsibly. We're about to celebrate responsibly tonight, or maybe even a little irresponsibly. But one last thing before we go. Thanks to all you guys for leaving comments as well. Maybe we'll share a couple of them, but Alex,
Yeah,
what's the
last question I have for you
last
guys.
scoop in the bag.
No scoops, just a question for you guys. So we've talked a lot about these like 23 assistant coaches, and we know
Yeah.
they come from like very different cultures as well, right?
Yeah.
Like you
Well,
have a good mix.
I found out one of them is
Yeah.
a very famous Italian coach who coaches at Anadolu Efes in Turkey,
Okay.
and he's like a really successful coach, and he was just
Yeah.
super normal. I'm like, hey, I'm Will. He's like, hey, I'm Luca.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
there's-
what? And then I'm like, what do you do? And he's like, and he was like, I'm just one of the coaches here. And then he started talking. He's like, yeah, I'm actually also back-to-back like Turkish Cup champion. I'm like, oh, wow. Just here. That's
no,
cool.
we have a Japanese coach, I believe, that's like
Yeah.
in the summer league as well.
What's
so
his
very
name?
very culturally diverse right now. So my question is like, who decides like where to go for dinner and who takes the lead on that? Because there's very different tastes in food and things like that. Like when these 23 coaches are going out, like how do you think
This
that
is
process
the one thing we
works?
came back.
Yeah.
Well, you told me to come up with something to pull something out of thin air. Because I thought the show was already over.
Yeah.
Somebody forgot to play the ad in the middle.
Yeah, that's okay. It happens.
So there we go. Where do you think they're going for dinner, guys?
You guys don't understand. NBA players live this like, I mean.
No, these are
people probably do
coaches though.
understand.
It's different.
No,
Yeah.
but these coaches, I mean, that's the thing. Like, honestly, I think about it. If teams were cheap, they wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And I know there's maybe a narrative, I guess the idea, like the Raptors could be cheap.
Sure.
Raptors ain't cheap, man.
Yeah.
Like, they spend. Like,
Yeah.
they took us to a steakhouse, man.
I would say
Yeah,
I would take him there if
Well,
I'll go
this
Castle
is
Grill.
this is exactly how it gets bought.
They
Like,
got the
They
four of
bring
us.
you to the steakhouse, and now you're like, they're not cheap.
They got
Like,
the four of us eating dry aged wagyu.
No,
man.
I'm not gonna let 8 lobster bisques and 7 mac and cheeses change my mind about the
There
Raptors.
was a Carmi in the
I
kitchen be
would.
like 55
I
burgers, 55 steaks,
Some guys are like, yo, shut the fuck up! They just ordered 7 of asparagus.
50 bisques, and one of them has every allergy known to man, so I can't serve him anything.
No, I'm not gonna be bought, man.
I
You
will.
guys know. You guys know.
I
bro.
will.
I was-
Hey, Raptors
No.
PR. Raptors PR.
No.
Listen to this.
Wow,
Take me to
shout
Capitol
out
Grill.
to your integrity, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also shout out to my new best friend Jennifer Quinn.
That's right.
You know, we're gonna
Absolutely.
connect when we're back in Toronto, man. You
Yeah.
know,
I
I
was
can't
walking by
wait.
again.
I can't wait.
It ain't JC, it's JQ.
Saying bye to Adam Silver right now. He just waved to us.
Adam gave us a double wave, and
Oh,
now he's
man.
gonna tell both of his assistants. One of them is probably Mike Bass to review this hello and welcome pod. Mike Bass is gonna have to listen to 75 episodes tonight.
The feds are coming.
And he'll be like, "Yo, sir, the Asian guy in the hello hat usually refers to you as Mr. Freeze from Batman the Animated Series."
Like we said, that's my ball.
And he has also
That's my
said,
ball.
and he also said, "You've been washed since you banned Donald Sterling, but otherwise they're a pretty cool pod."
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's what happened. All right, comments? Any comments? Or are we out? What's going on?
Yo, Lee Man, can you explain Labubu to us?
Explain what?
Labubu.
Do you know La Boo Boo?
What's the Labubu?
Okay, he doesn't know La
That's fair
Boo Boo
enough.
either. Yeah.
I need an
Next.
explanation.
Is
for
that a
Labubu.
nickname?
No, don't worry, La Boo Boo.
Andy Medical says, we wanted to draft an impact player who can help us win right now. CMB is that guy. Elijah 2, plus 14 on 2-1-1
Yo,
today.
let's stay positive about this team, man. Let's feel good all summer, rolling into training camp, man.
We got defensive dogs.
Yo, man. No, seriously,
So
that's
annoying
the
to watch.
that's the
Yo,
identity of this
Let's
team
rename
right now,
our team,
man.
No more Raptors.
To
man.
what?
Toronto Dogs, man.
No, that's terrible.
Okay, yeah, it's not a good one. But hey, speaking of dogs, by the way,
Yeah.
JYD courtside.
Yeah.
JYD courtside, in JYD shorts.
Yo, he was dressed like
Yeah,
an extra
in
from The Wire.
JYD
You know what was
shorts.
funny? Right before he entered the game,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was trying to get in,
And he was like, bark, 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 bark,
and
bark.
people stopped him.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, that's a legend right there. You guys gotta let him through.
Okay.
They saw my badge.
I love JYD. Maybe that's your ball, but we can't be using the term legend like this. Lose like like if I text you, you think I'm gonna text you? Yo, I ran into Corey Brewer, the legend. Like,
You know
come
what?
on, man. We gotta
Florida legend.
we
yeah,
gotta
sure.
we gotta protect some of these
Gotta
terms here, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Shouts to JYD though.
Shout out to
Yeah,
him.
and then of course that Raptors tee, fire emoji. Where'd you get this Raptors tee?
Oh
man?
yeah, this little Puma Raptors tee. I picked it up in my New York trip.
Oh, wow, okay.
Everybody, if you go to New York, make sure you go to Mr. Throwback. They've got the best sports vintage tees that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Shouts to the game. I'm not gonna lie, I've been
Hey,
bringing.
listen, they got the best vintage in New York until In Vintage goes there.
Yeah, until in vintage we trust moving there. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been bringing out my my A-list T-shirts on
Yo,
this
your
trip.
shirts have been great, man.
Yeah, I've been going nuts.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Well, that's it. From literally all four of us here at Hello and Welcome. This has been the Hello and Welcome podcast presented by Betway. We will catch you next week, which is tomorrow.